Hello everyone, welcome to GATE NPTL. Today we are going to solve a multiple select question from the subject of psychology, and it's from the topic of stress and coping, and it contains 1 mark. Now let's read the question. Which of the following options refers to secondary appraisal? We have four options: thoughts about what to do in a stressful situation, thoughts about whether an event is generally threatening, evaluation of an event's relevance, threat, and stressfulness, evaluation of coping resources, and options for dealing with a stressful event. Now, let's understand what is this secondary appraisal and what is the types of appraisal, and then let's get back to the question. So basically, there are two types of appraisal given by Lazarus, which is the way we respond to a particular stressor present in the environment, or which is a stimulus which presented to the individual. So there is a stressor, and there are two types of appraisal. One is primary, and one is secondary. So primary appraisal is when we try to decide whether the stressor is a challenge or a threat for us. So, if it is a challenge, then it is potential for gain or growth. But then, if we notice that no, it's not a challenge, it is a threat for us, may lead to harm, loss, or negative consequences, that's when we do secondary appraisal, which is nothing but potential options we have and how effective that can be. So, if it is an effective option, we have low threat. If it is an ineffective or no options, we have high threat. So, basically, appraisals are: first, primary appraisal is whether is it a challenge or threat. That is the primary appraisal. That's all. Secondary appraisal is how we are going to deal with that threat. So, primary appraisal is the first stage in Lazarus and Folkman's cognitive appraisal theory of stress. In this stage, an individual evaluates whether an event or situation is relevant to its well being and whether it possesses threat, challenge, or harm. So, it basically answers this question: is this situation important or dangerous to me? That is challenge or a threat. That is primary appraisal. Coming to secondary appraisal occurs after primary appraisal when the individual starts evaluating how to cope with that stressor. It focuses on one's coping resources and options such as problem solving ability, social support, or emotional strength. So it answers the question: what can I do about this? That is, in that stressful event, what can I do about this? So whether can I be able to be cope up with the stress or not? So that is the secondary appraisal. Now, when we come back to the question, they have asked which among the following options refers to secondary appraisal. Now, let's read the option. Thoughts about what to do in a stressful situation is thoughts about whether an event is generally threatening. So, this option, thoughts about whether an event is generally threatening, is done in primary appraisal because we are trying to decide is it threatening or a challenging situation. Option C, evaluation of an event's relevance, threat, or stressfulness. Yes, we are evaluating how threatful an event is. Is it high or low? Evaluation of coping resources and options for dealing with a stressful event. This is also yes. So here, all these three options talks about secondary appraisal, and this option talks about primary appraisal. So in this multiple select question, the right answer is option A, option C, and option D. So, thoughts about what to do in a stressful situation, because here we have already decided it's a threatful situation and we are planning to do what to do in that situation. And evaluating the relevance, threat, and stressfulness, the intensity, which is also done in secondary appraisal, and trying to find the coping resources is also done in the secondary appraisal. So, option A, C, and D is the right answer for this question. And for further references, kindly go through this NPTEL course and the following reference books for clear understanding. Thank you.